Hi, everyone. Very good evening to all of you. Welcome to this session where we shall be discussing SNAP, the VARC last 10-day strategy. My name is Abhilasha, and I'll be taking you through some of the things that you need to keep in mind while preparing for SNAP. All right, so let's get started. Let's not waste any time. I'm going to give you like 30 seconds to hit the like button. Of course, you know that the like button is our live. So like the session. Please also share the session with your friends and family who are writing SNAP this year. So just go ahead and share. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds to share the session with your friends. If you haven't yet subscribed to our session, please make sure that you're subscribing so that, and also hitting the bell icon so that you get reminders of all our sessions. Remember, we are doing these really wonderful sessions for all of you every single day so that you can prepare for all your examinations. So that's what I'm saying. Remember to hit like, share, subscribe, and the bell icon, and do join us for all our SNAP online sessions every single day. So let's get started. My name is Abhilasha Swaroop, and I will be taking you through today's session. I hope all of you are here. You're able to see me and hear me loud and clear. Give me a yes if you are. So let's talk a little bit about SNAP 2024. SNAP 2024, as you know, is about to happen. There are 3 exam dates. The first happens on 8th of December. The second happens on 15th of December. And the third happens, unlike last year, on the 21st of December. Last year, it happened the Sunday after, or rather a week after that had happened, so in January. But this time we've changed, or rather SNAP has changed the exam dates. So 8th of December, 15th of December, and 21st of December are the 3 dates for SNAP this year. I hope you're ready. We are also. So quickly, I'll take you through the SNAP paper pattern. Of course, there are 3 sections: the general English section, which will have reading comprehension, verbal reasoning, and verbal ability. 15 questions, 15 marks. Then you have the analytical and the logical reasoning, 25 questions, 25 marks. Quantitative DI and data sufficiency, 20 questions, 20 marks. Again, a total of 60 questions for 60 marks. The duration is 60 minutes, guys. It's a very short exam, 1 minute per question, +1 for every correct answer, and -0.25 for wrong answer. So it's not a very easy paper, despite what you think about it. Please understand that there is a 1/4 negative for every question, every wrong answer. So when you're attempting, yes, be careful. Do the questions quickly, but do be careful about what you're solving. Now, the good thing about the SNAP English section is that hardly any reading comprehensions come, right? All you get are single line questions, which are very quick to read, very fast, and very worth attempting. So if you are strong at vocabulary, if you've revised your grammar, if you've done your logical reasoning, you are bound to do really well in this paper. So let's take a look. I've got some strategies, some thoughts that I had in my mind. I'll be telling you a little bit about all of this. So last 10 days, what should we do for SNAP? All right. So number 1, and the most important thing, is we must revise. Now, how can we revise? Of course, we can take our classes. Number 2, we can take our mocks. And number 3, we can do the topic tests of grammar and vocabulary. A lot of you have not gone through the topic tests of grammar and vocabulary. Well, now is the right time to do it. Because, of course, once you're done with SNAP, then there will be ZAT, which will be around the corner. And that will also expect you to do well in grammar and vocabulary. So no harm in now touching on your topic test for grammar and vocabulary. So that's the 3 things that I'm suggesting. Do your topic tests of both grammar and vocabulary every day. Take up 2 to 3 topics of grammar, take up 2 or 3 topic tests of vocabulary, go through them, solve them, you're sorted. Then once you've done your topic tests, also go revise your concepts and take the classes that are happening. All of you are having a lot of classes for SNAP, so take the SNAP online classes and write the mocks. The mocks will help you understand your level of preparedness, and that's so important, guys. You know, every time we are preparing for something, how do we know if we are prepared and we are ready with it? The only thing that we can do is we can test ourselves and we can see the level of preparedness that we have. Therefore, for anyone who's preparing for this exam, the number one thing that you can do is to assess your preparation. So day one, for example, if today is your day one, what you should do is take a test to see how you are, where you stand, where you fare. Once you have seen your performance, then you know what to do. So, of course, the first thing that you do within these 4 or 5 days will be to take your preparation and do your concepts very well. So, first thing, do your concepts. The second thing, once you've started doing your concept, whatever concept you do, because we have little time, remember that, right? So, once you've done your concept, you go and write the topic test of that concept. Once you've done the topic test, let's say 3-4 days you are through, then you start writing your mock and you write your mock, do the analysis, understand where you went wrong, and then come back and do those concepts again. So that's something that is going to be really, really helpful for you when you're doing your preparation. Okay. So I hope you've understood. Step 1, we go and do our concepts. Step 2, we do our topic test. I'm writing this step 1. Step 2, we do our topic test. And step 3 will be that we do our mocks and understand where we are. With every mock, we must also analyze our mocks so that we know how we can improve. There is hardly any time. I'll say there's not much time. See, the first exam is on the 8th of December, and I assume quite a few of you will be writing the exam on the 8th of December. So that means if today is 27th, we have about 10 days to go. So within these 10 days, you need to start working on your concepts really well. And thankfully, it is just concepts of grammar that you need to revise and a bit of vocabulary that you need to do. So what all to study? Let's find out. All right, guys, very quickly, I'll just take you through this. So our online classes for SNAP 2024 have been launched today, have been launched on the 25th of November at 7 p.m. You can also scan this and see the class so that you understand whatever we are discussing about it. Devanshu has done a very beautiful introduction. So if you haven't seen it yet, do make sure that you're seeing this so that you understand what all we are doing for you for SNAP, and you can start following us there. All right, so what all to do? There are 3 or 4 portions that we'll be studying. So vocabulary, that's the first thing that we need to do. Now, within vocabulary, what are the question types that are tested? So you're tested on word meanings, you're tested on synonyms, you're tested on antonyms, you're tested on idioms and phrases, you're tested on phrasal verbs. So all of these guys, if you can hit the high frequency words, if you can hit the high frequency idioms and phrases, as well as phrasal verbs, you will be able to work on your vocabulary set and do well in this. Okay. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. Now, here are a few questions that I've picked up from various places, created some of them. Let's try and see what is the correct answer. So the first question, now this is a very simple question of word meaning. You will get questions like this. So identify the meaning of the word pasha. Pasha, what does it mean? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to take a guess. Is it guess? Is it liking? Is it angry? Or is it revenge? Guys, all you need to do is identify what is the meaning of the word pasha. A lot of you call this word penchant. Well, penchant is not the correct pronunciation. The correct pronunciation is pasha. So it is pasha. Okay. That's what the correct pronunciation is. The word pasha means a liking for something, and therefore the correct answer is B. So if you had predilection or you had a liking, then those could be the right answer for the word pasha. So meanings of words will be there. You can have meanings of idioms also. So for example, what is the meaning of the idiom hand in glove? Does it mean your enemies? Does it mean your neighbors? Does it mean your allies? Or does it mean your frenemies? So again, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Now, vocabulary is something that is again very popular and happens a lot of time for us. Okay, so let us try and identify what is the meaning of hand in glove. Now, the meaning of hand in glove, guys, is people who are working together to do something. They're generally people who are plotting together. Okay, so people who are plotting together, they are called being hand in glove. So therefore the best answer here will be allies, not enemies, not neighbors, and not frenemies. So that's your correct answer. People who are plotting together, allies. Okay, I hope you got that. All right, let's take a look at our third question of vocabulary. Identify the odd one out. Now, when I look at this question, I see call out, I see taken, I see get away with, and I see over order. So again, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to try and identify what is the correct odd one out and why is it the correct odd one out. It's not just what, but also why, guys, that we need to know, right? So why is this the odd one out? Now, the interesting thing why this is the odd one out is because here are three idioms or three phrasal verbs. Call out is a phrasal verb, okay, which means to shout someone's name, okay. Take in means to understand. Something is very difficult for me to take in, to understand and accept. And get away with means to go unpunished. So that is your third. Oops. Unpunished. Let me write that correctly. And fourth is over order, which is not a phrasal verb, and therefore 4 becomes the correct answer, the odd one out. Okay, so here are some phrasal verbs which are also part of your exam. You can get them like this. You could get them as a direct meaning of a phrasal verb or some other such sentence. Of course, these could come as part of a sentence and they could ask you to identify which sentence is correct or which sentence is incorrect also. Okay, identify the antonym of the word timid. Okay, is it impudent? Is it brave? Is it timorous? Is it nonchalant? Now, what is the correct antonym of timid? Again, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to read and identify the meaning of the word timid. You can answer in the chat box whether it is impudent, brave, timorous, or nonchalant. What does the word timid mean? Well, the word timid means someone who is afraid of things, who's very fearful. Okay, so therefore impudent means very brash. Okay, someone who's very brash and very rude. So that cannot be the correct meaning of timid. Brave, which means, oh, I'm looking for the antonym, sorry, not the meaning, my bad. So if somebody is timid, the antonym has to be brave, and therefore B or 2 is the correct answer. Timorous is a synonym of timid. It also means someone who's afraid, therefore incorrect. Nonchalant means uncaring, somebody who doesn't care, and therefore that also is not the antonym of timid, mind you. So the correct answer will be brave. Okay, and that's your answer. All right, let's look at the second part, what to study, and that's grammar. Now, within grammar, a number of questions have been seen in SNAP. So there have been questions which ask you about parts of speech, for example, adjectives, adverbs. Oh, I've got it written here. There will be some sentences which are divided into various parts, and you're expected to identify which part has an error. There could be some sentences, 4 sentences given, which one has the correct tense usage, which one has the correct conditional usage. So those could also be asked, right? They could ask you active or passive, they could ask you direct, indirect, and they could also ask you to identify a figure of speech in a sentence. Let's take a look at a few sample questions so you understand what type of questions are there. Okay, so here is a sentence which asks you to identify the adverb in the statement. There were hardly any apples in the basket. So there are four options there: hardly, any, and the. Which of these is the adverb in the statement? There were hardly any apples in the basket. Again, I'll give you 30 seconds to try and identify. You can write the answer in the chat box, and I will give you the answer in just 5 minutes. It's not just in 5 minutes, in 30 seconds. All right. Okay, so let's take a look. The correct answer is hardly. Now, why is hardly an adverb? Because an adverb can identify or can qualify a verb. It can qualify an adjective, and it can qualify an adverb also. So now in this sentence, apple is a noun, any functions as an adjective, and hardly functions as an adverb because it is describing any. How many of the any? Hardly any. So therefore the hardly is the adverb. There, of course, is an will not work here. Okay, there were hardly any apples in the basket. So any, no, the, no. So the correct answer will be hardly, and that's your answer. All right. Now, I've given you four statements and you have to identify which of these is correct. The boys sing in the choir. The boys shall sung in the choir. The boys had sung in the choir today. And the boys shall have sang in the choir today. Now, all you need to do is identify which sentence uses the verb correctly. Okay. Now, if you look at this, shall, sung will not work. Remember, modals always work with base forms of verb, and therefore shall sing will be the correct interpretation. So therefore 2 is out of the game. The boys had sung would work, but not with today, and therefore 3 is incorrect. The boys shall have sang. No, sang will not work with shall and have. You will need to use the third form. So shall have sung in the choir today. So option number 4 is incorrect. Option number 1, which is the very basic statement of fact, always written in the simple present tense, is the correct answer. Okay. All right, let's look at the next one. Find the correct passive voice statement for the boys sing a song. Okay, so the sentence has to be converted into the passive voice, and you need to identify which of these is correct. A song is being sung by the boys. A song is sung by the boys. A song has been sung by the boys, or a song was sung by the boys. Okay, so what is the correct passive voice statement for the boys sing a song? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to find this for me and then mark as your answer, or you can type it in the chat box, right? I'm just waiting for your answers. Yes, very quickly. The correct answer will be a song is sung by the boys. Okay. Remember, always when we are converting from active to passive, we take the subject, make it the object, take the object, make it the subject. So we've switched, we brought the song right to the beginning, we brought the object to the end. So we said a song, and then we converted the simple present into the perfect tense. Okay, so a song is sung by the boys. That's the correct answer. Not is being sung, not has been sung, and not was sung. So that's the correct passive voice statement, guys. You need to be able to identify the conversion from active to passive and from direct to indirect also, and the other way around also. All right, find the correct figure of speech that is used in "O mighty sword, you are our protector." What is the correct figure of speech in this sentence? Is it personification? Is it metaphor? Is it apostrophe? Is it assonance? Okay, let me quickly take you through these four. The word, and in the meantime, you can give me the correct answer. In assonance, the inner vowel sound is repeated. Okay, the inner vowel sound is repeated. In alliteration, the first consonant is repeated, while here in assonance, the inner vowel sound is repeated. For example, the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plains. So the A in all the words is assonance. In apostrophe, you address a non-living thing as living. Okay, and you give it this apostrophe, and that is why apostrophe is the correct answer. In metaphor, you do a comparison but without using a word of comparison. In simile, you use the word of comparison. And in personification, you personify something but you don't address it, and that's why it's not personification. So the correct answer here is apostrophe. A lot of times they will ask you what are the correct figures of speech. You need to be able to identify that. So that's a bit about grammar in this exam. All right, again, the non-CAT test series has started. You can use this QR code. You can scan it, use it to join, to get to know more, to enroll, all of that. All right. Now, in verbal logic, of course, there is a lot that is being tested. So, sentence jumbles, fillers, analogies, and so on. Let's take a look. So, here is a very beautiful sentence that I have jumbled up, and you need to identify what the correct order will be. Okay, so take 30 seconds. Will help I, wait, no, there is. Okay. So, I'm waiting for your answer. Guys, you can put out your answers very, very quickly. So, the correct answer will be there. Let me write it. There is no way I will help. So FGEDCAB. And the correct answer, therefore, is 2. The good thing about symbiosis is, or SNAP, is that they give you sentence jumbles. Sometimes they may give you a larger sentence jumble, or they may give you a para jumble, in which case you can answer anytime you want. Okay. All right. So I hope you got that. I'll continue into the next portion of the sentence. All right. The next question, here you are. It's a filler. In an effort to ensure fairness, the organization introduced a new policy that something employees from sharing sensitive information with external parties. Prohibits, allows, encourages, or mandates. What's the correct answer? Very quickly. Come on, guys. I'm waiting for your answers. All of you. You can give me an answer. The organization introduced a So the organization introduced a new policy that, okay, you're sharing sensitive information with external parties. So of course you're going to be stopped, right? I'm looking for a word that says it stopped employees. So therefore prohibits, not allows, not encourages, not mandates. And therefore the correct answer will be 1. Now, analogy is another type of question that you get. Now, what do you get in analogy? Of course, a relationship is given. A fire is to heat, as ice is to what? So, fire is to heat. Fire provides heat. Ice provides what? So, ice provides cold, water melt or freeze. The correct answer will be ice provides cold, right? And that's your correct answer. So analogy questions are also there, and all of these are related with vocabulary. So if your vocabulary is good and strong, you shall be able to do this. All right. Very quickly, guys, your upcoming sessions, 29th November, 9:30 p.m. You're starting off with an introduction to ZAT 2025 by Gautam Bawa, who's our mentor, who's also an alumnus of IIM Calcutta. Friday, 29th of November, 9:30 p.m. You can register by using this QR code. I will just erase my pen marks so that you can do that. Also, the last lap to snap 2024 ultimate revision guide is going on daily at 8:30 p.m. Don't miss on these beautiful sessions. All right, the last end is what to do in logical reasoning. So logical reasoning, statement assumption, conclusion, syllogisms, conditionals, cause effect, course of action, all of this is part of your exam. Okay, so what all should you do and how? Let's take a look. A syllogism question. All P is Q, no Q is R. Which of these will be the correct answer? Take a moment and tell me, guys. Guys, remember what I told you? First, revise your concepts. Okay, that's the first thing. Second, do the topic tests. You have them in your My Zone. Okay, come and join us for the online classes every day at 8:30 p.m. The snap classes are going on. Okay, so you can join the online classes and write the mocks. Our test series is a very beautiful test series. I'm sure you're aware that our flexi mocks were absolutely the closest to the CAT paper this year. So please join us for the mocks and do your prep very, very seriously. All right, let's look at this question. I hope you've answered. All P is Q. Let me write that. All P is Q. No Q is R. R becomes here. So some R is not P will work. No Q is P will not work. Here are some Qs which are P. All Q is R. No commonality. All R is P. No commonality. So the correct answer will be option number 1. So syllogisms is something that's fairly easy to do and you must do it. Again, in the logical reasoning classes, we will touch upon a few questions. So do join. Statement assumption. Okay. So the Illuminati is a company owned by Diljit Kumar, a superstar singer. Which of these is a valid assumption? That the Illuminati sells tickets, that Diljit is also a businessman, that Diljit needs help, and that Diljit has several businesses. Now, which of these can be assumed to be true from this given statement? That the Illuminati sells tickets, we don't know what the Illuminati does. Does it sell tickets? I don't know. Diljit is a businessman. Yes, if it's a company that Diljit owns, then he's definitely a businessman. So true. Diljit needs help, but does a businessman necessarily need help? Or does a singer need help? We don't know. So 3 is incorrect. Diljit has several businesses. Again, I don't know about several businesses. I know about only one, and therefore 4 is incorrect. So of these, the correct assumption will be option number 4. So logical reasoning, you get statement assumption. Last year, there were a number of questions from logical reasoning in the LR section, right? Course of action. Now, course of action says, I give you a problem, I give you 2 solutions, and you tell me which of these solutions is valid. For example, the pollution in NCR has touched 1500 yesterday. Okay. So, number 1, ask residents of NCR to visit hometowns. Number 2, ask residents to wear masks in and outside their homes. Okay, now which of these is valid? If the pollution has touched 1500 yesterday, do you ask the residents to visit their hometowns? Is that logical? No. What about people whose hometown is this NCR only? So 1 is invalid. Ask residents to wear masks in and outside their homes. Yes, of course, this is something that's valid. So therefore 2 follows, but not 1. So the answer will be option number 2. So in course of action, you act as if you are the authority to determine the correct course of action. Okay, so course of action questions like this. Then also cause effect questions. I don't know, when I was making the questions today for this test, pollution was the biggest problem in my head that was going on. So let's take a look. This is a cause effect question. So there's severe pollution in Delhi NCR. The sale of ACs has gone up during Black Friday. Now, which of these is valid? 1 is the cause, 2 is the effect. 2 is the cause, 1 is the effect. Both 1 and 2 are effects of a common cause, and both 1 and 2 are effects of independent causes. Let's ask why. So if I ask why is there severe pollution in Delhi NCR, because sale of ACs has gone up, so this will not work. So this cannot be the correct. So 2 cannot be the cause and 1 cannot be the effect. Why has the sale of ACs gone up during Black Friday? Because there is severe pollution in Delhi NCR. Again, that will not work. So therefore, 1 is also not possible. That means there is no causal relationship between these two. So can these two be effects of a common cause? But I know sale of ACs has gone up during Black Friday, so it's probably because of the discount. So cannot have, and pollution is not happening due to the discount. So clearly both are effects of common cause, will not work. So the correct answer will be 4, that both 1 and 2 are effects of independent causes. They have different reasons. Pollution in Delhi because of the Parali burning and so on, and Diwali and so on. And sale of ACs has gone up because people need the ACs and there is discount. So therefore, both are effects of independent causes. Guys, I hope you're understanding the different types of questions in this exam. I'm just taking you through all the different types so that you get comfortable. All right, the PDP is happening also from, career launcher. You can get personalized mentorship from the pioneers of PDP. So don't risk the last mile. Please, guys, take your PDP, scan this QR code, get your link, click on the link and get more information about the career launcher PDP. I'm sure those who have written CAT, the answer sheets are about to come. You must be wondering what to do. Don't worry, we've got you covered. All right, thank you. With that, I come to the end of this session. If there are any doubts, you can put them in the chat box. We will answer all the questions that are there. Thank you so much. I hope this session was helpful. I will be taking more sessions in the Snap online course. Do join in every night, 7 p.m. or 9:30, whatever is the time. Please join in according to the time. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. I will see you soon on the other side.